Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on how to dynamically get these icons, these widgets that represent state of each player character in here, and also when we switch between characters, how to dynamically uh, enlarge the selected character's widget and reduce the size of the other one. So yeah, these are the things we are going to work on today. Before we get started, let me remind you that you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects I have done in my channel from my Patreon page. Once you become a member, you will be able to access everything without any limits. So feel free to check it out. I'll leave the link in description below. And also here is a full playlist of this series. So far you can see only 2 episodes. Actually this is the 4th episode. So yeah, everything I do here will be added into this playlist. I'll share the link to the full playlist also in the description below. And yeah, now let's get back to today's episode. Okay, now this is where we stopped last time. So we can focus on different players but characters, but here we have the same icons, same widgets that show the stats of each player character. So first I want to implement a way to dynamically add those widgets instead of having them already there by default. So let me remove them. Actually it's just this. Okay, I just need to remember this part. That's the only thing I need to remember and remove. So now I need to use gameplay messaging system here. That is to decouple communication between these word actors and the widgets. Or maybe let's not complicate things for now, but later on I might integrate that. But for now, let's just here create an event dispatcher on match start. No, let's call it match started. Okay, now let's pass an input in the type pp match get reference, right? And then I'll call this maybe like this. Let's create a custom event. Start match. And I'll call it after a delay, so that there is enough time to initialize the UI and everything. This is not ideal, I know, but that's enough for now. So start match, and here I'll call match started, call match started, and this should be called match. Okay, pass self as a reference. Right, now inside the WBP match HUD, here in the this is a common activatable widget, therefore I'll use onActivated event. Here I'll get actor of class. So since I only have one match, this works fine, pp match. But for this part I will be using gameplay messaging system later on. For now I'm just gonna use this. Here let's bind one match started. No, match started. Let's bind an event to match started. Right, Now let's create event, and then let's create a matching function. I'll call it match start match. Now here we get a reference to the match. Okay, now let's promote this to a variable as match, and then we can access players, get player party, and we can run a for each loop, and for each player we can create a HUD. So create widget, and I'm gonna use WBP character stats. On in player is get all in player, and then let's create a map variable to hold created widgets, and using the actor as a key. So variable, let's call it widget map, and this is CLM based character object reference. So I'll choose the type CLM base character, and I'll turn this into a map, and the other variable type should be this WBP character stats. Okay, right, now I'll add to this. Here is the character, and here is the widget. Also, we need to add this widget, the created widget, into that horizontal box we created. That means this one. Let's call it HP character stat widgets. No, just character stats. Yeah, we can get this. Add child to horizontal box. And this is the content. Okay, now here we need to set that padding as well. Set padding. This is a horizontal box slot. Okay, so I'll make one. As I said, only the right one should be 10. I think I need to remember that. I said I need to remember that before I delete the things that I had already inside this horizontal box. Okay, right, now let's see, now we already have the widgets, even though we don't have it here because they are dynamically added. Okay, so the next thing is, now we have the icon. I need to make this slightly bigger, the current character that I have already selected. So if I switch to the other one, that should become larger. So to do that, first let's add another dispatcher. Let's call it on player character switched. Okay, and as an input I'll pass the character reference. So CLM base character object reference. Okay, now here I have these functions that I use to process players. So this is all that's happening here, but let's collapse this to a function and I'll call it switch player character, and then I'll use the same function here instead of what we had. Now the reason to do that is now I want to call this player switched. Let me do that. So should not be new parameter. Alright. Or let's say processed character. Okay, let's refresh. Oh wait, this is already a function. I forgot. I thought this is a default process function. So yeah, no need to do that. Let's okay, where was it? Here, we were already doing that. Process player, yeah. Sorry for the confusion. Now let's go in here. So here we already have that. So here we can call this. Okay. All right. Now let's go back to our chart here. Start match. I'll do this. This is match. Let me I'm gonna simplify this a little bit. So let's promote this to a separate function. Let's call it initialize HUD. Okay, and then on the match I'll bind another event to player character switched. Here also I will create event and create a matching function on player character switched. Okay, now from the widget map we can find the relevant widget and if that is true we need to highlight this somehow. So well, let's just directly modify the transform and yeah, like this. I'll promote this to a local variable. Let's call it selected. Oh, actually we don't need to do this. We can just run a for each loop. Yeah, and then map key, which is the character. If it is equal to the possessed character. Then we can enlarge that. Map value means the widget. So here let's set transform scale and scale. Okay, let's try this and let's select the scale based on this value. If it is false, it should be normal size, regular size, which is 1. If it is true, I'll make it a bit bigger. Alright, let's test it now. Initially we don't, even though I have focused on this character, this is not enlarged, but yeah, now see, it's working. Okay, maybe 1.3 is a bit too large. Well, I added a simple translation as well to increase the effect. So about the default state, let's go to BP match, and here we already have this process player. So in the start match, I'll call process player with the index 0. So we should have something at the beginning as well. Let's see. Yeah, see, first one is highlighted, became larger. Alright. Okay, that's good enough. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna stop this episode right here. So next time, well, maybe we might work on how to get different icons for players, and also we have a lot of things to do in the HUD side as well, but also we might need to prioritize doing some simple attack too. So yeah, let's see what we need to do in the next time too. Okay, so as always, updated project files will be available for download here in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below, and see you in the next episode. Bye.